Welcome to Are We Old? The show featuring two comedians getting nostalgic and tackling life's toughest question. Are we old? Here's your hosts, Mike Fanoia and Charles McBee.
Oh my God, we're back with another episode of the family-friendly Are We Old Nostalgia Hour. We're here in the studio that God built, and we're recording here with our friends in the nostalgia space. I'm trying to do new ones every week for you, Charles. I am one half of this algorithm, Michael Fanoia.
And I'm the other half, Charles McBee.
Hey, dude.
Hey, dude.
Hey, dude.
Good show.
It was a good show. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for all the questions. Thanks for all the support and love on the socials. We are at Are We Old, and you can email us at areweoldpodcast@gmail.com. You could call us on our nostalgia hotline, 478-420-0690, where you can leave a message and tell us, what you're thinking about and how you're feeling. And hey, guys, why don't you talk about this? Or remember that?
You guys have been kicking butt with that. Good stuff.
Yeah, man. We really love this little community that we've conjured.
Mm-hmm,
What do you call it? Fostered?
Sure.
That's a nice word.
Sure.
I'm okay at that.
Fostering a community?
No.
What?
Coming up with words that mean things. Like when someone goes, what's that mean?
I like it when someone is in the middle of explaining something or in the middle of whatever, just talking, and they're trying to describe something and they clearly just made up a word. But you know what it is.
I love
You know
that.
what they're trying to describe.
Yep.
So it's like, it's a word now.
It's a word.
And then
now.
sometimes they'll call themselves out and go, is that a word? I don't know. It is now.
It is now.
It is now.
I like when that happens organically, yet I hate new slang. Know what I'm saying? I hate new slang.
I see what you're doing.
I like when someone goes like, "Oh yeah, I finagled a birdhouse."
Yeah.
And you're like, "Oh, you made a birdhouse
yeah,
quickly."
I get that.
Finagled. But I don't like bay.
Yeet? You've yeeted something?
I don't like yeet.
Yeah.
I don't like any of that ish, which is shit.
Yeah.
Hey, Charles.
I hear that. What's up?
I have a question for you. Out in the suburbs where your friend Michael lives, there's a lot of mosquitoes.
All right.
And I got a couple of nice skeeter bites the other day. And I want to ask you your process to ridding yourself of mosquito bites. Are you a scratcher? Are you do you like scratch them till they bleed? I was raised to make an X in them with my fingernail, and that would alleviate only if you made an X.
Only if you made an X.
It would alleviate the itching. It would stop the itching.
It just looks like a pill.
It literally looks like a pill on your, it looks like an Anacin on your arm. I personally cannot leave anything alone. I have to itch and scratch. If I have a sliver, I'd rather cut my finger off than leave it in.
Yeah.
So if I have a mosquito bite, I'm scratching, I'm making a whole war zone around that area.
Yeah.
And then I also almost like to inflict pain upon myself by like maybe putting a little bit of rubbing alcohol or peroxide or something that's going to burn it up. So like, you F with the bull, you get the horns with me when it comes to mosquitoes.
Yeah.
So if you bite me, I'm going to take your bite and I'm going to bite it and make it even worse. Did you have a growing up mosquito bite? And that's back when, by the way, a mosquito bite was just a mosquito bite. It wasn't triple E and all these different like Zika virus and all these crazy ass things. You just got a mosquito bite and
that was it.
I got a lumpy itch and you went X and done. Nowadays, it's like quarantine.
You don't know what's going on. Yeah.
Right.
I'm a scratch and burn guy. I was always a scratch and burn kid. I would scratch. Yeah, I would scratch the hell out of it. And the nerve of parents telling us to not scratch and getting mad at me for like, I told you not to scratch. Don't scratch. Don't scratch. As if, hey, just have some empathy. Be a human being for 2 seconds.
For once.
I'm 8 years old and I got this freaking monstrosity itching my entire arm off. Like, and then I told you, why are you scratching? So I would not scratch. I would do everything. Sometimes you put a Band-Aid over it. Do this, do that. And then one day I was like, and then I'm thinking, well, what's going to happen if I scratch it? Oh, it's going to get bigger. Okay, well, then what? Like, will I die? Will I die?
This is what I love. Parents back then, before Google, okay,
Yeah.
when all we had for research was Encyclopedia Britannica,
Yeah.
right? And you couldn't look up mosquito bite.
Right.
There was no Ask Jeeves even. Jeeves was,
Right.
Jeeves was still in college learning everything, right?
Jeez was still jizz in his dad's balls.
Ask Jizz. So we would go, we have to just take this reality that you've handed us, mom and dad.
Yeah.
But if you said why, they would go, fuck, he's asking
'Cause I said
why.
so.
And they go, either because I said so, which was, that was the answer.
Yep.
That was shut up. I don't know what I'm talking
Draw
about.
for uno.
That's it. Bang.
Yep.
Case closed because I said so.
Mhm.
Or they'd make up some bullshit like it'll grow. The mosquito bite will now become an entity of its own.
How big is it going to get?
How big is it going to? Am I going to become a one big human mosquito bite?
That's what I asked myself. I said, let's see how big it gets.
If you say it's going to get bigger, I'm going for the record.
Let's go. Let's go.
And I'll tell you what, mom and dad, if that's who you really are,
That's even your real
if
name.
that's even your real name, if I become a big human mosquito bite, tell people to itch away.
Yeah.
I will lay on my back with my legs out like a puppy,
Yeah.
scratch the F out of me.
Mm-hmm.
Buddy, did you do the X? Would people tell you
I
that?
think I did it maybe once or twice, but my real go-to was just, and once I finally got over that hump, if you will, of just like, oh, I can't scratch it, or should I scratch it? Once I finally one day just said, bunk this, and went to town,
And you would go,
oh, I would just,
the relief, dude.
I would go and go and go until I would strike blood. I would see lava. And then it would be like the release of just like, because I'd rather the little bit of pain than the itch. I go pain over itch. If I got to pick one.
There's nothing better than itching a mosquito bite. Now, did I talk about this already? But that I got poison ivy recently.
No, we didn't get
We didn't
talk
get
about
to
that.
it?
No.
Talk about itching and scratching.
Yeah.
Whoa, boy. Whoa, baby.
Now, yeah.
I used to brag to all the itchy kids out there, the SOBs that were itching and scratching.
Yeah.
With calamine lotion all over
All
themselves.
over the
Like,
place.
Where'd this guy come from?
Yeah.
Get him out of here. Let's put paint over his doorway so we know where he lives. I could roll around in poison ivy and not get it. I don't know, man. For years and years, I'm 45. I got it for the first time about 3 weeks ago. Oh, man.
Next week, you'll get chicken pox.
Next week, I'm going to get my wisdom teeth out and braces.
What the hell's going on over
I don't know. Benjamin Button, but it's the ugly version. I got it so bad. Dude, I got it in my belly button. I got it around my stomach. I had 2 shirts on. And I was ripping up stuff in my yard. I think it was maybe because I had gloves on and I would like wipe sweat with like my shirt or something like that.
Yeah.
But dude, I'm sitting at dinner and I'm going like this. And Lisa's like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, hungry. I'm itching. Like she goes, do you have sunburn? And I lift my shirt. She goes, you have chicken pox. You have poison ivy. And I was like, no way. I don't get poison.
Yeah.
This guy doesn't get poison ivy. Impervious.
Forget it.
She goes, it's poison ivy. And I looked and I had little dots of itch and pain. And she goes, go to CVS, got to get your calamine lotion. You got to get some other oatmeal scrub, whatever the heck. Take Benadryl.
Yeah.
I bought, when she wasn't looking, I bought it because she gave me the don't scratch it. It'll spread.
Now, that's the other thing, because that's separate. Because with mosquito bites, I'm not worried about it spreading. Now you're worried about it spreading.
It's spreading. And you want to know, belly button is very close to ding dong.
Right.
and I don't want poison ivy on the ding dong.
That is not what you want.
So I'm like, when I wash myself in the shower, you know, gravity and physics being what it is, water goes from the highest point to the low point.
Right.
So do I have to shower standing on my head? Because I don't want poison ivy water cascading over the nuts and berries and twigs.
Oh, I never thought about
Well,
that.
crazy me thinks now I'm spreading. Why doesn't that happen? So it makes every other theory dead to me, because water should take it and move it, but it didn't. So you know what I did? When she wasn't looking, I bought one of those nail scrub brushes.
I was going to say, when she wasn't looking, used her loofah.
Yeah, totally. I go see if it spreads now.
Yeah.
But no, I bought one of those scrubby scrub brushes, and I just went to town, dude, until my whole stomach was I bled through a t-shirt. And she goes, I thought you weren't scratching. And I'm like, well, guilty as charged.
Listen, I got mauled by a tiger.
I got mauled by it. When you weren't looking, I fought a grizzly bear. But once it broke open, I poured peroxide on it until it fizzed and bubbled and shit. And I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
I felt like Deadpool.
Yeah.
But it felt satisfying to scratch. I hate it. I wouldn't wish poison ivy upon my worst enemy. And I'd like to thank the good Lord above for not giving it to me for 45 years.
Yeah.
Because I was itching like heck, dude. I had to throw out 3 t-shirts because I calamine lotioned myself up so bad. And all those kids that I made fun of back when they had all the pink schmutz on them.
They got together and did a seance.
They did what do you call? Voodoo doll.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They rubbed ivy on the voodoo
all over
belly.
the doll.
Thanks for staying away from my ding dong.
Hey, listen.
Dude, if you ever, did you used to get poison ivy a lot?
Never.
You never got bullshit.
Never.
You never got poison ivy.
Never. When I say never, I said never. Never got poison ivy.
Because I was gonna ask if you ever got it on your ding dong.
No, well, listen, I've had things on my ding. No, I'm just joking. Hey, ladies, just joking.
What does Charles have on his ding dong? 478-420-0690.
Jokes, ladies.
Hey.
There was a time I went to Brazil. Hey, it was a good time.
Gotta do what they wax. It's fun. Carnival.
Clean as the Board of Health, ladies.
Rio.
Your boy is clean as the Board of Health.
RFK.
No, never had poison ivy. I've had the chicken pox.
Did you have chicken pox bad? We never talked about our chicken pox situations.
I don't remember. I mean, yeah, it was bad. It was bad as chicken pox go. I remember my sister had it, and then my mother made us wrestle.
Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah, that's how they do it.
Isn't it crazy when they want you to get something?
They want you to get it because they know you're not going to get it again.
They go, until you get shingles.
Well, yeah. I mean, the old man chicken pox.
Old man pox, dude.
Yeah.
That shit sounds rough.
Yeah, my boy had it. My boy had it, and not fun.
That's where you know you're old.
Yeah,
when you know people that have shingles.
Yeah, and you was young for having it, but it was like welcome to the.
Did you get chicken pox like in your nose and in your mouth and in your ears?
I don't remember it being that crazy.
Some people I know got them like
no
in their mouth, and I was like,
no, that's intense.
Yeah.
I just remember it being a regular old on my body, and I had to take baths in whatever water. It looked like dirty water.
What the hell is chicken pox, and why do we get it? And you get it once. What a weird, stupid thing. You get, you wake up and you're like, and then the next day you're like dotted. It's like, what are we in a Dr. Seuss book?
Yeah, like what is happening here?
What the hell is chicken pox?
They're gonna herd us all into this one like camp or something, and just like it's just all the chicken pox people.
When parents found out a kid in the class got chicken pox, they'd be like, "Go French kiss that kid, lick his palms, dude. We want you to get it.
Get it now.
Get it now. Get it over with."
Chicken pox and shingles are caused by the same virus, the varicella zoster virus, VZV. Verizon, by the Verizon virus.
By Verizon.
However, they are distinct illnesses. Chicken pox is the initial infection, while shingles is a reaction. Reactivation of the virus after it has remained dormant in the body. So you get the chicken pox.
Itchy rash, fever, fatigue, and other flu-like symptoms. Small fluid-filled blisters that can spread all over the body. Yuck.
Yowza.
I got chicken pox the day of my lifeguard final test because I wanted to be a lifeguard. And I was going to go take the test to be a lifeguard at the town pool. Woke up looking like one of the Sneetches in a Dr. Seuss book. And I never got a chance to fulfill my dream to be a lifeguard. I pursued stand-up comedy. Because it's the same, you know.
Look at that.
I'm throwing people a life raft made of giggles.
The chicken pox steered you
to get into a clownery.
You had a fork in the road.
Fork in the road, and I took the spoon.
That's right.
I hate chicken pox, and I don't even know. Do kids still get them?
I would imagine so, but I don't know.
I don't hear any of my friends with kids talking about chicken pox. Now I'm itchy talking about it, though.
Oh, well, listen. Yeah, now we have chicken pox of the soul.
Remember chicken soup for the soul?
Yeah.
It feels like it would burn your soul.
Chicken soup. I had the cold or whatever not too long ago, like a summer cold, and I had some chicken soup. And
like Campbell soup?
Yeah, like proper.
Like, good with the fat kid on it?
Got to. You have to.
Good.
I've had other chicken noodles, and it's just like, it's fine if you're just in the mood for a chicken noodle soup, but if you're sick or if you have a cold, get the Campbell's. What are you doing?
Get the Campbell's.
Cut it out.
Red and white can.
Red and white can.
With like red and white. Can I tell you, when I was a kid, I loved, do you remember the pouches of like, you microwaved a coffee cup full of water for like 3 minutes and then you poured the cup of soup in it?
Oh, okay, yeah.
The like Lipton cup of soup.
Yeah.
And I loved it as a kid. I don't know why, but it was like, it had a different, now,
yeah,
buddy, it tastes like, I don't know, fertilizer or something.
I'm sure.
It's the chemicals they're using in it.
Nothing
the powder.
tastes the same. Oh,
yuck.
Yeah. And the noodles, for chicken soup, if I'm being frank here.
Go ahead, be Charles.
The noodles aren't noodling the way they used to.
Nah, noodles don't noodle.
They're being a little sheepish on the noodles, and they're a little thinner. I mean, I just remember, and the chick, is it even, I think it's just noodle soup now.
Yeah, it's tofu squares.
Yeah, where's the chicken? In the chicken, can I get some chicken to go with my chicken noodle soup?
Yeah,
what is this?
Is that too much to ask?
What is this?
But
yeah,
you get a nice can of Campbell's. You know what you're getting.
You know what you're getting.
Yeah, it's gross, but it's delicious, and it does make you feel better.
It does. It does make you feel better,
and it's good,
like a little hug.
Oh, it is like a hug from the inside out. Hey, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
This might be a hot take.
All right.
I got to tell you, I think that water parks suck.
You know, last time it was the Capri Sun.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're going into water parks. I don't know what's going on. What's going on here?
I think water parks are bullshit. I think they're just big puddles of kid piss and Band-Aids and eyelashes and boogers. And that water is disgusting. I think that kids pee in it and probably shit in it. And there's not enough filtration for the people. I don't like being in a public pool.
That was my next question.
I don't like being in a public pool.
All right.
I'll get up early and go into a public pool before everybody gets there. But if one funky looking person gets in the pool, and hey, they may look at me and go, that's a funky dude too.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, hey, beauty and funky is in the eye of the beholder.
Right.
If I'm in a public space and I see somebody getting in that I'm like, they didn't wash their ass today, I'm out of that pool. I don't like water parks because I think we're just like, and I'm surprised that you, Mr. I Hate Bubbles, aren't grossed out by water parks, because when you're in a pool or when you're in water, all you see is people going and just spitting water and bubbles everywhere.
I don't know that that's all I'm seeing. Maybe I'm having a more romanticized
splashdown
memory of it, but I don't like that was never something that stood out to me. And okay, so here's the thing. Water parks as is, I'm not like, oh, water parks are the greatest thing in the world, but I'm not like mad at water parks, because mostly we would go for the hang. It was mostly about the hang. So you would go with a bunch of friends.
You had a water park nearby?
Not like super close, but we would make it a day. Okay. You would have to like drive out or whatever and go to it. And it was usually catty corner to an amusement park. So like there was like a water park near like Cedar Point where we used to go. And yeah, it was just, you would go with your friends and hang out. It was never like I never saw it as like a gross thing. I will say though There are sometimes I'll see videos or like on YouTube or wherever a video will come up and it's like 1,000 people inside of like one pool or something. I'm just like, get me out of that.
That's hell.
That I don't want. Yeah, that get me out.
Oh.
I don't want any parts of that. Where it's just like, or even it doesn't even have to be kids. Sometimes it'll be like an adult pool party or something like that.
Adults in a pool turn into shit kids.
Yeah,
I went on a cruise and there was an old man picking his foot.
Oh God!
In the pool we're all supposed to be in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you should be walk the plank, bro.
Out of here.
Get off this ship.
Out of here.
I don't like the idea of like, look, amusement parks. Everybody's fluid. Supposedly, kind of stays to themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, look, we're all freaking out on the Gravitron and we're all riding rides and touching stuff. It's all gross. But water parks are a filth trap. And I don't want to be gulping some water that a little kid just peed or he's got butt lint that's now in my, thorax.
Well,
I think it's gross. But you bring up an interesting, you snapped a nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting a flooding of nostalgia.
All right.
Cedar Point was your...
Cedar Point, America's roller coaster.
Whoa.
Boom.
That's an Ohio thing.
It's in Ohio, baby.
What town?
Sandusky, Ohio.
Oh, Sandusky, Ohio.
That's right.
I know that from Callahan Auto.
Yeah.
Talk to me about it.
Cedar Point. So I didn't know this as a kid, like because Cedar Point was Cedar Point. It's just where we went to. But it is the premier amusement park, other than like Disney World or something like that. But as far as just a roller coaster amusement park, Cedar Point is it.
According to who? Them?
Well, yes. According to them, yes. According
Here
to Cedar Point,
Ohio and Big Tootsie Roll again.
OHIO. Home of the Dum Dums.
Dum Dums. Now I learned recently, young kids say Ohio when something sucks.
Yeah, I heard that too recently.
Bullshit.
Those kids can go blank themselves.
Yeah, they can go to Mississippi.
They suck.
Yeah, they suck. I like Ohio.
I once went nuclear on a guy on stage. I don't know if I might, if I find it, I'll give it to you. I don't know if I recorded it, but I said something blah 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 about being from Ohio, and somebody said, people do say something slick, so I'm always ready for it.
Sure.
Whenever I mention I'm from Ohio on stage. Yeah. But I know I'm like somebody's gonna something, so I always have something ready. But yeah, I don't even know if I should say it on mic. But yeah, it was bad.
Okay.
It was bad.
Wow. For you not to repeat it, it must have been great.
Well, yeah, it was bad. It was pretty good. But I was proud, but it was great. And it destroyed, but it was pretty insensitive. Put it like this. It was insensitive to him, who I didn't give a shit about, but also insensitive to everyone else who was also
a part of
what I was being insensitive to him about.
I understand.
But yeah, it was great.
I can't wait to hear this. I think when you're a kid, you walk into Cedar Point, right?
Yeah.
And you're just like, this place is the biggest, funnest thing around.
Yeah.
Right? When you're a kid, it's like,
oh,
and
absolutely.
Now you go now and you're like, I can do it in a day.
You can, but it's also, I'm just not that big on, I'll go, but it's like, why am I going to a roller coaster, to a theme park? Unless it's like, if I had kids or I'm taking my little cousins or something like that. But yeah, as a kid, you're like, you had it mapped out. You knew you had a plan. You knew what you was going to hit first.
What games you were going to play.
The whole night. Yeah, the games and when you were going to play the games. Because that was like on the end because you didn't want to lug around prizes all daggone day.
That's right.
And then you had to play the games because we were always going with girls. So you had to like win them something. It was a whole thing.
Yep.
Whole thing. And we waited in lines back then. There was none of this fast pass bullshit. There was none of this, skip the line, go. Everybody waited in the same line.
Like society. Like it's supposed to be.
Yeah, we waited in line for hours. Literally.
Hours.
You were lucky if you got to ride the thing in less than 3 hours, especially if it was like a newer ride.
Yes.
So we would ride, a lot of times we would do the shit old rides that's been there since like the fucking Nixon administration. and they're creaking and cranking. You can see the bolts popping.
It's a
out
ride
of the
that
thing.
just leads to a helicopter that just takes you away after you resign.
Yeah, we would do all of those. And then we would hit whatever the new. It was always like the new.
Yeah, the Snapdragon.
Whoa, you heard-
Gravedigger.
And because we were in Ohio, you heard the commercials on the radio. Back in the radio, when you listen to the radio,
yes,
you would hear the commercials over and over, leading up to summer. Coming this summer,
Splash
rah,
Mountain,
rah,
yeah.
rah. So yeah, you saw it. And you would and here's the thing, because on the drive up to first of all, from where we lived, it's about an hour and a half, something like that, maybe. So it was always the anticipation on the drive, and then every so often you would notice in the distance, in the way distance, you would see the little silhouette
of
the roller coasters,
Ooh.
and you'd be like, "Oh my god!"
And it looks like Oz, dude.
Oh my god!
We're following the yellow brick road right now.
The yellow brick road.
Follow the yellow brick road.
It was so amazing.
A little ASMR right there.
There it is.
Guys,
there
it's
it
real.
is.
We're gonna be there.
And then, of course, you get to the parking lot, and the parking lot, it's like you're parking like YB39. Remember where
you start hitting double letters? You're like, oh, we're in double F. It's like, what?
like what is happening? And then you're like, okay, the food, who's bringing in the cooler?
Oh my God, yeah.
Because who does it stay? Who's what? Or do we have to come back to the parking lot to eat
food.
lunch?
Wow.
It was a whole thing.
Dude, we had, Cedar Point sounds fantastic. We had Riverside in Agawam, Massachusetts, okay? Not Cedar Point. It was amazing, but it was almost kind of more like the town fair on steroids.
Oh, yeah.
So it was like a night, but it was all year round. Well, no, I mean, I guess you could go in the winter, but who goes to
right,
you know?
Right.
But anyway, it was like spring and whatever. But I had a memory that when you were talking that I have to share with you.
Sure,
and it might be
please.
one of the more embarrassing date stories.
Oh, I love Mike date stories.
This is a pretty bad one.
Let's do it.
And you want to know, this is so funny. Okay, so middle school, summertime, we all go to Riverside. It was like me, a girl I liked, my buddy Tim, a girl he liked, and the girl I liked, mom and aunt and little sister or something, right? So we go up there. The whole time on the ride, for some reason, I brought a bunch of candy and I was trying to like show off to show how many like nerds I can eat and how many I was hammering nerds like they should have had an intervention.
Yeah.
They should have pulled over and been like you got a problem.
You all right?
Yeah.
Let's
Listen, here's the reasons why your nerd eating is affecting our family. So I'm hammering nerds back, right? So the minute we get there, I'm like, we got to go on the zipper. We got to go I wanted to get I don't like rides. So I wanted to get my anxiety out of the way, but by going on something that I thought was easy.
Yeah.
The zipper doesn't go up and down. It was something that went side to side, but it kind of what I didn't know is it you'd go slow and then it would whip you around, right? And flip the thing. And I got in the zipper and we did it and it was boom, 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 launching us around. The war of the nerds starts in the belly.
Oh, okay.
And now I'm going, oh boy, something doesn't feel good.
Oh no.
The nerds are back bumping into each other. I get off the ride. I look at the girl I'm, in love with.
Yeah.
My mouth starts watering. That little kid puke mouth where you're it's coming up. I don't feel so good. And I projectile Rainbow-Puked nerd vomit.
Oh.
All the way. I ran. So a stream of rainbow puke.
Oh.
Now, dude, I'm back behind the ticket thing where you trade money for tokens.
Oh, God.
She's crying. I hear her crying and I'm just going, hey, yeah. Just now I'm just dry heaving like little, every now and then a nerd would fly out.
Oh, no.
And I'm just I wish I could just become a carny and not I have to ride home with these people. Dude, this is the first, we just got there. This is our first.
You didn't even get to, it wasn't at the end of the day.
Oh, no. Very beginning, which plays into the story, okay? Now, I don't know whether while I was yakking candy, she got pulled aside by her mom or aunt and was like, you got to be nice to this kid. He's puking.
Yeah.
You're crying.
Yeah.
We got a whole day Now, of course, I'm resilient. I got it all out.
Right.
I exercised the demons.
Right.
Let's fucking rock.
Let's go.
Can we get a turkey leg or a fried dough?
Yeah.
Now I'm ready to go. I'm over puking.
Yeah, you're not old enough to have that existential
Shame?
crisis, shame.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Shame is a thing my mom said.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's rock and roll. Gravitron on me, everybody. What do you say? Fudge for the table? I'm ready to rock and roll, dude. The date is just starting. So she's kind of acting like she doesn't like me as much now. And she's kind of like, you know, and my little kid brain's like, what's her problem?
Yeah.
You know, I'm having a good time. We pose like in the old timey picture where like, you got to wear like the Western hat and Bonnie and Clyde. And she's wearing like her kerchief and all that dumb, you know, whatever. And I'm like trying to be cool. And she's kind of like, that's just a picture now, you
She's
know,
got
whatever.
A sign that says, help me.
Help me. Now, the whole day goes by. At Riverside, they had this thing, like a tram thing that went like a sky ball.
Okay.
That you take over the entire park.
Right.
And you get in it. And the plan was I was going to try to give her a smooch on the ball going over. Okay.
Read the room.
Where were you at the time?
Oh my God.
No one told me that. So I get on this thing with her and I go to give her a kiss and she kind of does like and then pulls away. And like now we're sitting in this egg flying across the park.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what's her problem? Like, I want her this teddy bear. I've been doing all these great things all day, making everybody laugh. She didn't want to kiss me. 7th grade this was.
7th grade.
We land. I go, it's over. We're done. I don't think I like you anymore.
You're saying this, she said this 3 hours ago.
She said this 3 hours ago and I didn't hear it.
Yeah.
Because I was young.
Yeah.
From that day, for the rest of time, we didn't like each other. All through high school, I was a big hippie. She was kind of like against it, this and that, right? It took me that long to realize that was why she didn't kiss me. I thought she just didn't like me. And I'm like, oh, I wouldn't have kissed me either. Nice talking to you. That was it. I closed the chapter up.
She literally
laughed about it.
She literally had the ick. There is no bigger ick.
I gave her the 92 ick. Buddy, I had no clue. I was just spraying and praying. Dude.
Oh my God.
That
is quintessential dude brain.
Dude brain. I go, hey, I puked. Let's go. Rock on. Anybody want a turkey leg?
And you of all people who are germ won't pick up an AirPod.
Yep.
And you're like, oh, let's make out.
Nothing. She goes, broke my heart.
Oh.
But we're friends now.
Oh, that's good.
Any crazy stories from amusement parks? Let's hear them. areweoldpodcast@gmail.com. 478-420-0690. This was a fun one.
This was a good one.
Summertime ones are fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hope you guys are enjoying. Stay tuned and
stay young.